don't mess with Calvin. Hi everyone, I'm Sandrine. Welcome to a new Banshee review. This week's episode was called A Little Late to Grow a Pair. Let's talk about it. First, some quick thoughts. Now that Hood's cabin has been burned down, which I'll talk about that in a second, he is staying in Siobhan's trailer, which now I'm just like, I miss Siobhan so much. Cruz checking out Carrie's place, although at this point we're not 100% sure if she knew it was Carrie's place, but I'm guessing she's gonna find out pretty easily. But I love that Job is not fooled by her 1 second. He's like,
why are you here? What are you doing? Why'd you leave your car over there?
Good on Job on this one, and he was ready to do what needed to be done in case she crossed the line. I think they're definitely building the character of Cruz leading to a fight of some sort. I've predicted it was gonna be with Carrie because come on, that would be awesome. They're definitely giving you hints of how strong she is just because she's very confident. She's definitely not scared of Burton, which should tell you a lot. So yeah, can't wait to see her fight. Moving on to Proctor. As expected, he's not too happy about the fact that Hood slept with Rebecca. You know, as he said, Rebecca was off limits. But he still needs Hood to help him figure out who killed her. So I'm just gonna burn down your house and then we'll call it, you know, even for now. It definitely could have been worse. So, you know, I'll take it. I'll take the cabin burning down. Plus it led him to the trailer. So I also wanted to mention the scene of Proctor's family trying to get Rebecca's body back, and him just being pissed off. And you know what? They thought they were protected from him and they thought nothing worse could happen. And if there's anything we can learn from this, in case you didn't already know, don't mess with Proctor. It's not gonna be pretty. I mean, he can either kill you, torture you, or he can just stop you from actually making money. It was pretty heartbreaking though. He really hurt them where he knew it would be the worst. Job. Well, the encounter with Cruz at least did one good thing. It really pushed him to shave and to shave his head again, shave the beard. Job is back. At least he's slowly building himself back up. I also really love the fact that Carrie gave him a list of chores to do, because as much as he was complaining about it, I feel like she's actually giving him something to focus on and to help him move on. So I'm really loving the dynamic that the two have. Like I already said that last week, but I'm still loving it this week. I just love them, you know, right now. Another moment that I also really loved this episode was when Hood finally goes to see Job after getting released from prison, and, you know, he apologizes to him and he's just like, I thought you were dead. Like, I honestly thought you were dead. That's why I stopped. Otherwise I wouldn't have stopped. And, you know, they tortured you for like 2 years. So I think there's a lot of guilt that Hood has. But then Job says, well, you know, it could have been 17 years, which is how long Hood was in prison. And he also feels responsible for Hood going to prison. So I think Job is ready to move on. And I thought that was a really good moment of, you know, we're cool and we're gonna get through this together and we're gonna move on and just keep doing what we do, hopefully. Go after Leo, get the money back, right? And or help Carrie with bringing Proctor down, because Job brought Hood in on the fact that Carrie's got some big plans. So fingers crossed it's gonna be a Proctor, Hood and Co showdown. Although I'm thinking that's after they bring down the serial killer. Speaking of the serial killer, who I'm just gonna call the devil worshipper, because I don't think we know his name yet. So she's just a devil worshipper with the horns. Ugh. Speaking of bringing him down, Hood and Dawson are teaming up, and I just love that they both ended up at the same weird club following different leads. So, you know, that's why Hood was a good sheriff, because he's just like figuring out stuff. I don't know how I feel about these two. I'm hoping they're not trying to play the romantic interest card. I hope that they kind of just work together and get it done and that's it. But, you know, this is Banshee, so we'll see. Bunker! Bunker is still dealing with his own drama. I'm just waiting for that whole thing, the Maggie Bunker thing, to explode right now. I still feel like he should have shot Watts, you know, because I think Watts was definitely gonna come after Bunker. Speaking of Watts, I think we figured out really quickly what kind of person he is. I mean, he just really ripped that guy in half, like that. He ordered Calvin to do that, and I'm like, oh, you're the kind of person that would think of doing something like that to your own people. That's great. I think in a way Calvin was right. that Watts is really looking out for himself, and it's really more about the money than the beliefs. I mean, they're both bad, but I understand the conflict that they have. You have one that's a true believer. Calvin is a true believer in the cause, and then Watts is like, I'll use the cause to get what I want. So yeah, butting heads. I really thought Watts was gonna last longer, at least 1 or 2 more episodes. I mean, you could tell that Calvin was planning something, but man, Calvin did not see that coming. I mean, like I said, I knew something was coming, but I was expecting him to plan this a little more, but he was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. You're coming down, insulting him, and it's just like, Watts didn't see it. He didn't see it, and he was too arrogant to see it. It's almost the opposite of what you expect in Banshee. Banshee is always grandiose, crazy, you know, ripping people apart, like smashing their heads, and it was just this small, like, brick. Like, you're like, did you even, what happened? Like, if you blinked, you missed it, literally. He just took that, like, ice pick, put it in his neck, took it out. He's like, done, right? Watts is out. And then you get that final scene with Watts spread on that plastic sheet and the look of utter satisfaction on Calvin as he's getting ready to chop him up and dispose of the body. Yep. That's definitely Banshee for you. That was a really good episode, and we didn't get too much of the serial killing thing, so that was good too. 3 more episodes left until the end of Banshee. That's crazy. They have so much to wrap up, I feel like. There's so many things that I want to see come to life, and I'm guessing there's some things that I won't see. I don't think Bunker is going to team up with the others as much as I wish this would happen, but I really hope that we get his storyline wrapped up and he gets some action on his side. I really want Hood and Carrie and Job and Sugar to kind of have one last ride together or do something. I don't know. I'm just excited. So those are my thoughts for this episode. Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this episode. What do you think of Calvin's crazy take down of Watts? Watts, we barely knew thee. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet so you don't miss any of my Banshee reviews. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. When I saw Burton with the chainsaw, I was like, oh my god, please don't hurt the horse.